Hello there everyone, and welcome to our third reflections of the week. And this week, as you know, we're looking at features or characteristics that we've learned during this time of lockdown that are valuable and we may want to take them into the future as lockdown eases. We've looked at life being quieter during lockdown, we've looked at life being simpler and what lessons were learned and we've looked at that over the last 2 days. Today I want to think about life being kinder. Now, these are only personal thoughts, but my impressions of lockdown was that when we went into the lockdown, it seemed the world became a kinder place. Firstly, because there was a sense of solidarity. We all seemed to be in this together. The whole nation was involved, and that certainly helped. Then along came inspiring stories, particularly in the health service, of lives being saved. And then small acts of neighbours and people in small communities doing small things that meant a lot to others. And these three things together seemed to put a positive light on what was going on. And the reason I say that is because before lockdown, I felt we were in a terrible place. I was in absolute despair about our culture and our society. I suppose we've been through a lot in recent years that have divided people. For example, there was the Scottish referendum, then there was the Brexit debate, and of course the aftermath of Brexit and how vicious and nasty it got. And then there's the whole thing about political correctness and being woke and goodness knows what. And social media being just sometimes a cesspool of vitriol and nastiness. And that seemed to quieten down for a few months. It seemed that we were in a much better place because all of that seemed to go silent. And we were sharing a common experience, a common enemy, because this virus did not discriminate between what your political views were or your social views or what religion you were or anything like that. And we were all in this together. And there's a sense of solidarity, shared experience, and of course the inspirational stories of people doing big things, but also small acts as well that made a difference to others. So all of that, I think, was a welcome change from what had gone before. Now my concern is that before lockdown that was the case. It was, not a nice place, our society. And then during lockdown we seemed to get better, have a little moment of respite from all of that. And in recent times, of course, on the back of what happened in America with the George Floyd, it's all erupted again. And again, there's hijacked causes. There's again the media storm. We've had what happened to J.K. Rowling, and so it goes on. And it's like, have we not learned anything? So I'm concerned about all of that, but I can't do anything about all of that, and neither can you. All we can do is be responsible for our own lives and the interactions we have with others. So I would hate us to lose the sense of kindness or a kinder society that we seem to have for such a short time. And if lockdown is eased and we return to normality, can we take this sense of our need to be kinder to others? We can't deal with the big picture, we can't affect the big picture. We can only play our own small little part. So how about this? Let's not add to the fires that are being stoked in any way, especially on social media. You will know how difficult it is sometimes not to talk about someone or to give an opinion on someone. But I don't know if your mother ever said to you, because I'm quite sure my parents' generation said it to a lot of the children. If you're going to say something about someone, firstly, Is it true? Is it kind? And is it necessary? Is it true? Is it kind? And is it necessary? A small thing that can help us to catch something, a thought that enters our head about someone, to catch it, to challenge it, and to change it before we say or write anything, particularly on social media. Secondly, I'll re-emphasise the fact we're not responsible for everyone, and we're not responsible for anybody else except ourselves. So the buck stops with us in what we do. And what we can do is small things, like smile at someone. You know, the amount of times somebody has said to me over the years that it was somebody smiling at them that changed the mood they were in, because they might have been a bit glum and down in the dumps, and it was a lovely smile that just broke the ice. It was like the sun coming out. So, such a simple thing, a smile or a kind word. With so many nasty words about, more of us need to express kind words. And then alongside that, thoughtful actions. Again, it can be small things, not big things, small things. We could cheer someone up with a bit of banter. Again, you will have heard people saying, oh, it's good to laugh. Laughter's the best medicine. And again, someone having a bad day just had someone to make them laugh, and that was enough. That was treasure for the day, a gift for the moment, just that little bit. And then lastly, to offer a shoulder. Sometimes people just need a little shoulder to cry on for a moment. These are all small things, but my goodness, it enables us to be kinder in the way that we deal with others and the way we live our lives. A couple of texts. First is 1 Corinthians 13, where Paul reminds us that love is patient and kind. Love is patient and kind. Let's be more patient. If we often think people should be more gentle to us because of what we're going through, reciprocate that. We don't always know what other folk are struggling with. Be gentle, be gracious. And then in Ephesians chapter 4, we're reminded to be kind and compassionate, forgiving others. So let's give people some slack, because we don't know what they're dealing with. And in all these things, we can try to live a kinder life, a very, very small antidote to the toxic reality around us in our culture, with all the noise, with all the vitriol. Once again, thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.